There's no way you can have proper player like that, get them relegated. Vere Phoenix have very, very good Premier League ready players. Right now, I look at some of them players and say, yo, who me can pull and can go for Portmore?
No, we're in the Premier League. We're going to win that Premier League. I'll win it within 1 or 2 years. I'll win it within 1 or 2 years. I'll win it within 1 or 2 years.
I can't wait for all it.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What is he saying?
I can't wait for all it.
So we don't have the capacity.
I'm all of them. Point me straight in them. Point me straight in them. Point me straight in them.
What? What?
Point me straight in them. Play Premier League team and beat up all of them.
Oh my God!
And big head speed. And big head speed. And big head speed. I come for you.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
It's a humbling experience. An experience for us, you know, and for me, I don't know what it is to really lose that much. And you learn, you know, they say that the wisdom is the summation of many small failures. So
That one we are not going to tolerate at all. At all. At all.
I guess I'm learning wisdom here. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to play in this league, and we're going to fight to stay in it.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I can't wait for more pleasant. I can't wait for more pleasant.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
Is Vere Phoenix playing Mount Pleasant just the right time? Last 2 games, Pleasant haven't scored in the goal.
What? What?
Is this a huge opportunity for Vere Phoenix? Finally, get the job or get a mark over Mount Pleasant. All right, so welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Thoroughly appreciate the support. Continue support. It has been a while. All right, so as you can see, based on the title, Vere Phoenix is officially relegated from the Jamaica Premier League, the 2025 Jamaica Premier League. And possibilities are we won't see them back until about 2027, because the moment is the 2025-2026 season. So I'll probably see them in the 2026-2027 season, possible if they make the Premier, if they come back up into the Premier League. All right, so the big questions are: when did it went wrong? How did it went wrong? Why did it went wrong? And also, how they could have gotten some points, but unfortunately, because of circumstances, that didn't happen. We're gonna get into that. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much again for tuning in. So, big question is, how did it went wrong? I do believe that huge part of this was inexperience to the league. They have an entire management staff, not speaking about coaching staff, management staff that are quite inexperienced to the Jamaica Premier League. And in the Jamaica Premier League, you need a bulk of experience on the management staff. Now, another aspect of that is the seniority in the team. Not a lot of senior players in it. That's also a huge area where they went wrong. Big area. You can't go into a season where you have so much inexperienced players. It will not do you good at all. Then now, as the season continues, they continue to let go of the more experienced players. Like even Lamar Neal, the captain at the start of the season, who a lot of persons, a lot of expectations were on his back, and then eventually you realize he was no longer at the club. So that in itself will show you, if you lose so much inexperienced quality players, you will most definitely suffer with an inexperienced management staff as well. Now, where coaching is concerned, big aspect of that is the actual coach, the person who can coach a team, wasn't able to do his job, based off many situations. And in the same sense, players are played not on merit, but more so on, should I say, affiliation. So players are being played on merit rather than players played on affiliation. So that is a problem. You can't have, because when you have a player playing good, doing well, training well, and is not playing, that will cause problem. But a player just by affiliation is gonna play matter what, no matter the case. Quote unquote, Kyle Butler. Let me tell you, at the start of the season, he was not necessarily ready for the Jamaica Premier League, and he was just thrown in the deep end. Now, I do believe though, at the end part of the season, the last couple of games, he looks like quite a Premier League player, but not a top tier Premier League player. It does look like a player who can manage in some sense in the Premier League. He'd lose as maybe in some sense to Craig Butler, playing Kyle Butler, losing the 40 or the 50 pound that he consistently speak about during his interviews is a win-win for him. So Kyle loses the 50 pound and he gets to play. So even if he get relegated, him still win because Kyle loses the weight. So I guess it's a win is a win. I just guess a win is a win for him. But that in itself was also not a problem. Now, how do you think other players on the bench must have felt about the situation? Kyle, when he was not necessarily ready to start in a Premier League game, consistently start week in, week out, week in, week out. That must have meant that some of the other players are going to feel a way about it. Naturally, that's going to happen. Now, another big problem that the team had was the support. They didn't have much support. The support just withered away from the team. One, the team was not recognizable with the supporters. No Clarendon player was, at the end of the season, there was no Clarendon players, no birthday Clarendon players in the team. And that didn't look well with a Clarendon team. After the Clarendon players, supporters spoke to me about it, that the team does not resonate with Clarendon in all aspects. Now, if you are going to have a team normally what you have to do then and try to have a home-based player where the supporters can resonate with them, look forward to them, come look at their homegrown talent. Yes, they support the club, but you find out that a lot more people come to see their home-based talent. And that happened. Then now when the team was also not training in Clarendon, that also becomes a problem. So that in itself. So these are some of the smaller issues surrounding the team. And these issues actually over time develop into problem. You might not see it on the outside, but it becomes problem internally. Now, some of these problems boil over. That's the reason why you hear reports coming out that there was fight in camp between players and coach. So sometimes some of these little issues boil over. It might be small, but over time when it build up, cause problem. Now, another aspect of it is, as I said, the training aspect. Now, the truth is, there's a far difference between a player developer and a coach coaching a team. Now, we can't look at the Manning Cup and use that as an example. There's a lot of good coaches who have won the Manning Cup. That's definitely true. But sometimes in schoolboy football, if you have players that are better than most of the other players, you don't necessarily have to be the best coach to get them over the line. Not necessarily. And yes, there has to be some level of coaching which apply to the players, which are going to help them get them over the line. But generally, the talent you have on the field, if it's even 60% better than your fellow opponent, you will generally get the job done. Now, when it comes on to the Premier League, this is big man football. Big man football now, where all coaches are at a particular level in Jamaica, all players are at a particular level in Jamaica. If you can't match their coaching, I should say coaching qualities, you are going to be in problem. Now the problem is Vere Phoenix do have a proper coach on the bench, but in general you can see that he does not have much say over the team and would have seen it on multiple occasions.
I coach me come interview. I coach me there for interview.
With Craig Butler, yes, he can develop players, work on players, individual traits, getting players to be better in certain aspects of their skill set. But there's a problem when it comes to coaching a proper team, applying certain tactics, applying in-game management, all of these things. He's not the person for that. Problem is, maybe psychologically he believes he's the one to do it, but we have seen what that equates to. This is first. Seen it time again. Now, let's look at when they lost. They definitely throw away the league. Now, do you guys remember the Waters versus Vere game? Vere was not necessarily, they were at the bottom of the table, but there was a lot of hope there. There was a lot of hope. There's still hope there. And I believe that game could technically be the game that pushed Waters in top 6 and also the game that push Vere where they are right now. Waters losing that game 1-0. Vere leading that game 1-0 until Dylan John came on. Moment Dylan John came on, everything about the game changed. So that game transferred into a win for Waters and a loss for Vere Phoenix. Because Vere Phoenix started to focus solely on Dylan John. What just came on to come play some football, enjoying game, and the game turned on its head. The game went crazy. Now that could have been a valuable 3 points just if Vere Phoenix has keep a cool head in that game. Not worry about the issues surrounding the game and not worry about the player himself. Keep a cool head and take home that 3 points. That could have been enough where confidence is concerned and all them factors there to even go on and probably get another 3 points, which would have maybe not have them in this position. But that game was one of the big reasons why they are where they are right now. They were able, just weren't able to recover from that game in particular. They just weren't. After that, they start missing players, injury, all different type of factors. They can realize that game and player management, all these things were just other issues. So with that being said, let's have a look at certain aspects of the game. Now, there are games here where other teams are playing. Some teams that are quite comfortable in the league. They're not going away. They're not going up nor down. And you could say, yes, after the last football run, a man could have probably, feel a weaker team to see if them could have assist Vere. But the problem is, no one wants to help technical director. No one wants to give him a blight. I know team that were actually in the relegation battle and said that they would, even if another team is in the relegation battle and playing against Vere Phoenix, all because of Craig Butler, they would prefer that team to win and go ahead of them than allow the Vere Phoenix team to come out of the relegation battle. Now, this in itself will show you that based off the disrespect that he had shown towards the league and the coaches of the league, and also in some aspect the players of the league, it is a disdain and it's also a huge factor why no one went easy on him. He played 9 games just by coming into the league. He threatened like basically Arnett, Mount Pleasant and Cavalier, and he played 9 games and yet to come out with a point from all those games. Yet to come out with a point all those games. And you accumulate probably about nearly 30 goals, a goal difference those games. Almost 30. So what is that telling you? Sometimes in life, we reach a point where we have to sometimes be humble. But as I said, they're officially out and it's tier 2 it is tier 2. What's going to happen with tier 2? We really don't know what they might do down at tier 2. But we won't see them back until next year. It's going to be sad because really and truly, man, I lie. Season did nice with them in I league. Season did nice. Reggae Boyz box office every week. Something different. Every week. Something different. But I say go. And the funny thing, the worst thing about it, I believe, there's no way you can have proper player like that. Get them relegated. Vere Phoenix have very, very good Premier League ready players. Right now, I look at some of them players and say, yo, who me can pull and can go for Port more? Gentlemen. I don't know. But they do have quality players and they should not have been relegated based on the quality players that they had at their disposal. But I say go. Anyways, tell me what you think in the comment section. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports. We are out. God bless. Boom. I mean, outside.